perform better by our own presence, rather than making requests for changing of houses. So no house will be changed for any child on any pretext. So the 4 houses, the children take a lot of pride in being part of their houses, and that's a lot of cohesion that happens when children come together, and they sometimes want their house to win, whether it's in the quizzes or it's on the sports events that happen. So when we have these races and all, so it helps a lot to build up that kind of teamwork. You all have been extending a lot of your cooperation in being proactive in reading the messages and circulars, but we would require that anything and everything that comes from the school must be read, and at least whatever is required, if required from your end, should be done timely. Sometimes it's majorly, I would say, the PT and Google Forms that sometimes bother you or irritate you, but those are very, very important feedbacks that we all require in the school, because every feedback is a count that is added on to designing our policies and strategies for the betterment of the school. So let me make it easy for you. For example, you all give your PTM feedbacks, that number is taken, the analysis is done, and we say that say 8% or more than 8% parents are not happy with certain aspect that is being given. Then that is being taken up in a committee with the director, and a solution is sought for, and the strategy or the policy that did not work is revamped. If it was an educator, if it was something that needs to be relooked from the working part of the school, that's relooked into, and new ways are sought to make things better. So don't just think that for the purpose of sending a form it's being done. Maybe somewhere else, but here, and I wish I could, so next orientation maybe I'll include that data to show you how comprehensively this feedback is taken, and every feedback is precious. So don't just make a common statement also. Sometimes just on the pretext of one experience, we sometimes negate the whole idea of a teacher being good or a concept being taught well or something, but that goes a long way. So I really request you all to be a little conscious and just send us these feedbacks timely. It will only happen 4 times in a year. I think that's a little that we can do for our children, and we'll never bother you by calling you again and again and saying that please ma'am form bhar dijiye, because I am after these teachers and these teachers are after you, and I also have people who are after me. So
are you pointing at me?
So we are a team, Exactly. So it happens, but that is just on a lighter note, so that you understand that it's not to bother you, it's just to request you that your feedback is very, very precious. The almanac pages, the first information, the personal information is very, very important for the school to know. So if there are any allergies, there are any medical ailments, there is anything that you want that we should know about your child, we must be informed through the school almanac, because fill in all the columns. These days it's become like you've seen, we have these Aadhaar and APAR IDs. So even the government is not sparing us. So we need to give the full information so that whenever and wherever it's required, your child's information is not left out. So for that, again, if there are any parents who have still not given their APAR IDs, I take this opportunity to just inform that it's become mandatory from CBSE that you give your APAR IDs, because it has long-term repercussions. Your children will have their DigiLockers, they will have their documents in a e-mode, so that will be actually benefiting your child, and not that your information is being used anywhere. So kindly go through the almanac, but I would just change it, kindly go through the school pad every day. that's very important, because all the homework, everything that's to be sent, any information, any official circular that goes through the school pad only. So make that the platform for reference. And from this year, just to inform you, we are putting all the worksheets and all the resources that we are going to send by the class teachers in the subtitle by notes when you open. So in that, what will help you is that in the notes you will have easy access. Yes, exactly. So we just worked on that. So I think ma'am is aware of that. In the notes you will find, because then you don't have to scroll the entire document. You just have to move on to that and you will find it. So the worksheets, practice sheets, whatever you want will be available immediately. The school website is regularly updated for pictures of events being conducted in the school in various areas. The website can be visited for all the information related to the school. So once in a while, I think it's always good to visit the website. I think even a count comes, how many of you are visiting, and that is real good positive feeling we get from the parents. Latest circulars and monthly newsletters are also available on the website. So if in case you've not received or you want to see a newsletter any other month, you can just go to the website. Submit the feedbacks, consent forms and other acknowledgement forms timely to the class teacher. Home assignments will be shared through the school pad each day, and the planned schedule will be followed for a balance. So we'll be sharing you the homework schedule also, so that you know what kind of subject homeworks will be coming to you on what particular day. So the monthly notes continue to be shared on the first day of the month, so that you are having an idea of what's going to happen academically, how many holidays will be there, school events, assemblies, and of course the schedule for the assessments. So you can plan your month accordingly. So there are those 4 formal PTMs in the year in the months of May, September, December and March. And on the PTMs of September and March, you get your child's report cards. Those are the major assessments that happen. On other than these days, you are most welcome to visit the school on Saturdays if you need to discuss anything with the educator. If you have something which needs to be urgently addressed, please call at the school front desk, and we maintain a register where whatever your queries or anything that you want to inform the school is noted down and passed on to the teacher, and then it's brought into the information of the heads and the principal. So it's taken care of. But here again, I would want to add on a word of caution. 11 o'clock, you call up the reception. So 11, 10 or 11:30, the child is going to board the bus. And 11 o'clock, you say my child is not to be sent in the bus. That's a lot of confusion. So please avoid that. We will majorly try to, discourage your message in that case. We will of course record your message, but we will not entertain children being pulled out from the school transport at any time. So if it is to be done, your message should receive in the morning itself, so that we have ample time, at least I would say a gap of minimum 2 hours. And on periodic days, whenever the child is having a periodic assessment, don't make a request for bringing the child to just sit for the periodic assessment and then take him away. If the child is not well, we have ways to cater to assess him. We will not allow the child to sit and just move out. So if it's something where the child is not well, keep the child away. We'll find ways to assess him later on. If there is an emergency, still do not allow your child. So you want to go half day or something, just try that you keep the child away from school for that half day. There's a lot of disturbance that happens, So if you actually see what happens in the school from the minute the school starts, after 8:30 to say the break time, there's a lot of requests every time coming into the class. Some parent is requesting 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11. I mean, just understand that a class is going on, and here I have people entering and disturbing every time. We can understand there's a lot of loss to the students who are wanting to study and to the child who is wanting to move out, because mentally he is like, somebody will be coming to pick me out of the class. And another thing is that we are, in a way harming each other. So one day you pull out your child, the other day I pull out my child. In the long run, what's happening? Both are getting the harm, and the teacher is not able to concentrate. So if it's a half day and the child has to go for certain reasons, please keep the child away from school. But my first request would be that avoid planning anything of that sort in the first place. Attendance, 75% attendance is going to be mandatory. It was already there, but we are becoming a little bit more stringent that if minimum 75% attendance is not maintained by any child, the child will not be able to sit for the exams, because these are certain records of a child that cannot be hampered with. So you have to maintain 75% minimum, although most of our children are very punctual. They've been very regular. So here it's just one odd child maybe, but we still request that the child should be very regular. So I've already spoken about picking up your child in between, and birthday celebrations, once again, a request to send only 2 candies and let it be very simple, and the happiness can be just by the fact that the children are singing their song and having a good time. Don't send in any sort of goodies, stationery, nothing is required, just 2 candies and that's enough. And of course they are not coming in their casual clothes. So that privilege was there when they were kids, now they are grown-ups and they understand that. I wish, but I will be taking up this point in the assembly. Please discourage children from coming with jewelry. There have been cases when these girls just drop their earrings or something, and then it is not very comfortable, because sometimes it may not be found. So it's a loss on both the sides. So avoid sending children with expensive jewelry, fancy watches. If they have to wear, especially only for class 5, I would say, they can wear a simple watch with a black strap. So you can tell them and be very firm with it, because otherwise I will take these watches and keep it with me, and with your cooperation, we want to make these children understand that rules are rules. Another thing, don't send any medicine with the children without the knowledge of the class teacher. Again, lot of messages are being dropped to the class teacher in the WhatsApp group early in the morning. Teachers are not carrying their mobiles at any time in the school hours. So if you are going to send any message, any request, it is going to go unnoticed, and the things that you wanted to happen will not be possible. So that is why I said whenever you need to convey something, just convey it at the front desk, and avoid just giving very loose requests for any and small petty matters. We are there to help the child. If the child is not comfortable in school, we ensure that he is provided. Maybe it's a stationery or something, and but we should not just be sending the teacher a message as and when in the morning, please. So this year, the mothers will be honing their cooking skills, because the canteen facility is not there for just this year. Because 1 year we take the brunt, and I think it will be better for you in the subsequent years. So just 1 year we do that little hard work, and we engage our children in eating healthy tiffins. But again, if so we'll avoid children having all these packaged foods and junk and all, but once in a while on Fridays we give them a little privilege to get something which they feel like eating. I think parent iCards, already everybody has been following that, and you know that the school means just the benefit for the child. It's the safety concern. That is why ID cards along with the children the parents also have to carry them whenever they come to collect their awards. And if it is not you, then anyone who you are sending should also carry the ID card. This is the age when children are more prone to becoming very obstinate. They want things at their own whims and fancies, and I think the mobile phones have become a big nuisance for all of us. But here we as parents need to be very strict. We need to set our rules at home that they can use the mobile for a little while, but while they are surfing, you all should be aware of the fact as to what sites they are going and what is the content that they are watching. It's become very, very important. Don't take your child by the face value. Believe me, you may not know that information which children actually come and convey us. So we need to be extra careful. We are trying to do that in school, but as parents, we need to be very, very sensitive to this particular issue. And with a lot of the cyber bullying happening, we need to be aware as well. It's never that my child cannot, thing cannot happen to us. It can happen to anyone. So these are few of the goals that we are setting for ourselves. These are, certain challenges that we are putting for ourselves. So the first one is that we want to encourage our children to be reading more books, moving away from these gadgets, engage themselves with lot of reading. It could be, storybooks or books with their interest areas. But every day little reading. And I think in the assemblies, our director, Ms. Najman, has always been emphasizing, maybe sometimes children might be coming home and telling you that we keep telling you, keep reading books, put the books somewhere with them. The library is full of books, and whenever a child reads a book, encourage him to write the name of that book in the school almanac. There's a page which says, the books I have read. So that once you see that, the books I am reading, maybe it encourages the child to read more. So we will also be emphasizing, because we all believe that books are like magic doors that can take you anywhere you want to. A lot of us have been experiencing, I think these days we have lost the touch of feelings. Through the books you could actually reach places which physically we have never visited. So the books can be so engaging, and they can actually take you to places, calm you down and give you a lot. Again, everything has to go in a very, small step. So we say one small step at a time. Just encourage maybe a little reading, 10 minutes, then enhancing and all. Suddenly the child will not start reading a whole complete, book. But small storybooks, small, it could start from Panchtantra, from Jataka tales, or whatever their interest area. Again, I think it's an understatement, but I would say English spoken has become the norm for all of us, and even if we have to be excelling in any part of our society, we are working on not. Spoken English has become a kind of skill that we all need, I think, with lot of conviction. So encouraging our children that whatever you might speak, whether it's wrong, but have the courage to speak at all times. So we will be encouraging the children to speak in English, but at home also, if they want to converse with you, don't discourage them. Sometimes we say, अपनी English school में ही बोलना, यहाँ ठीक ज़रूरत नहीं है, but if they want to, let them, even if it's wrong. We don't want to break their confidence, because now I think 4 and 5, they are already into a lot of spoken, but that's just the basic level that we are actually attaining. We will be working a lot on enhancing the level of the spoken English also. Adequate sleep is a cornerstone of your child's well-being and development. So I think most of the children that we ask, they keep saying that I am sleeping at 11 o'clock, I sleep at 11:30. They feel pride in telling that, oh, I sleep late. But if we can make it a practice at home, that the child is put to bed and maximum by 10 o'clock, the child will have a fresh beginning to a day, will be energetic, and will be able to go through the whole long day with lot of physical strength. Yesterday also we had an orientation. I just shared for this. Even I just read the cornerstone word. I mean, just came to know I was curious to know. So the cornerstone word means anything on what other things rest on. So maybe most of you might be knowing, but why I say is because if sleep is adequate, you are mentally at peace, you are physically rested well, and you are ready to go for the next day. But if our sleep is not, it's disrupted, we have sometimes sleepless nights, and we know how the other day is also spoiled. So help your child to make these practices, reading, speaking in English, and of course sleeping on time. All Saturdays are off for your children, and that's how, if you are lucky enough to have a Saturday, you can enjoy the company of your children, you can sit, interact, and maybe go through the academic part which has happened during the week, and help the child to prepare for the coming week. You want to meet any educator, please come on Saturdays. You want to meet otherwise, you're most welcome, but try that you just at least a day prior send a message and set an appointment so that whenever you come, we don't let you wait for a long while. We have an infirmary, and we have our school nurse who's very dedicated and compassionate, but it is only for the first aid that we provide here. We don't give any sort of medication to the students in the school. So whenever a child is identified as not to be well and cannot take the whole day, we send the child back home by calling the parents. So please do not send any medicines, do not ask. And sometimes I understand it becomes difficult. We've had cases where the parents were working and they could not take the children away. So we understand certain exigencies, but in that case also, we try to avoid giving medicines because we are not in the complete know-how of your child's health status. We also have a special educator in school, so the children who are included in the school as the children with special needs, they are being catered to, the children are being taken care of, and the peers are helping them more than, I would say, the educators. So I really want to thank all our children, and I want to thank the parents because these values come from parents, that these children are actually very sensitive to all such children who are a part of their class. And for that I thank you parents also, because sometimes you have also had chances when certain cases of children behaving in a certain manner might have been told to you by your child. But the children have taken it in their stride, and that's the very good thing about it. So let's clap for our children. I'm confident by now most of you must have been visiting the YouTube channel of the school and seeing a lot of the events and activities, the assemblies that are happening in the school. Still continue to do so, because that helps the school become visible, and of course your children's participation, and whenever you're seeing them, you pass it on to your relatives and friends and all. It gives a good feeling to the child also. These are the platforms that the social media. So this is the era when we all need to make ourselves visible. We all need to show. So as a community, which is now a part of the SWS family only, I would request all of you to be very, very active also in giving your comments and a big thumbs up on these platforms, because this endorsement might help others to reach out the right place. So that's the purpose. having a big thank you as we look forward to still continuing with a very, very progressive and engaging year with lots of fun, learning and togetherness. So that's a lot. I would want a lot of cooperation, especially with parents from grades 4 and 5. So thank you all for being there. Now I would just like to introduce you to our educators. So I'll just call upon the educators from grade 4. Miss Pooja Sharma, she will be taking up 4A and her core subject is EVS. 4B, Miss Sangeeta, she is having Hindi as her subject. Miss Pallavi, English educator. Then we have class 5 educators, 5A Miss Kiranji, 5B Miss Kamalji, 5C Miss Archana. Archana ma'am is also the EVS HOD, and we have Miss Sonia, the maths educator. So those are our worthy and very sensitive, dedicated staff of grades 4 and 5. Now I also call upon the activity educators. Before that, Monica ma'am. Okay, our IT educator, Miss Apeksha.